Hi, everyone, and we just wanted to come to you today to tell you about the Humans of New York. We've already talked about this, but we wanted to talk about it again for anyone who might be feeling a little more comfortable in remote learning or hybrid or whatever you're doing and might want a project that is authentic for your students to do. So what I'm going to do, and I think Tammy, you might need, one of us needs to turn down our volume. And mine's pretty down. So what we're going to be talking about today is this Humans of project, and Tanya is going to show you the hyperdoc that this Humans of project is based on, something done by Kelly Hilton. Okay, Tanya, do you want to take over, and I will put your screen up? There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is actually such a great story. I actually did this lesson, this hyperdoc, with students in April, and it was so popular. And it was done remotely on a remote with a remote class I was working on. And when I mentioned it to Holly, she loved this project. And she like woke up in the middle of the night and was like, Tanya, I have an idea. We're going to take it further. We're going to make it global. And so she had this awesome idea to connect this project that I had started just with Spark and Spark Post, but now to take it and use it with Book Creator to create these global books. And we're going to share a little bit more about that in a second. But what it is basically is it has to do with Brandon Stanton's Humans of New York. And if you're not familiar with Humans of New York, it basically started off as, I think there was a book, there was a Facebook group, he had an Instagram account, he went out and he interviewed, and he still does. I don't know if it's still happening today with COVID, but I know that this was something that was going on for many, many years. And he would go out and interview average people and hear their stories. And it was so inspirational that it actually popped up in all these countries and schools all over the world. And so we thought, how awesome would it be for you to participate and have your students create their own humans of, wherever you live. It could be based on your school. It could be based on your town, and share stories from them, share their stories. And so the way that it works for this project is that you come to the site, and the site is thehumansofproject.com, and you go over here and you can sign up, and it's just a quick little Google form that you'll fill in.
So Tanya, I took over your screen, and I'm actually showing the hyperdoc as you talk. So you can stop sharing you should be able to see. Maybe.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. No, you keep talking. You were doing great.
Okay. So once you sign up and you join, then what will happen is that you're going to participate in this really global lesson. And what we've done is we've teamed up with Kelly Hilton, and she's one of the founders of HyperDocs. And she actually created this lesson. I actually got it from her and had adapted it. And what this is this great HyperDoc that basically walks you through the steps of how to facilitate this activity with your students. So Holly, why don't you go ahead and kind of walk through that?
Oh, okay. So sorry, I was clicking behind you, but really it's a hyperdoc that helps you find a way that your students can create and share stories the way the Humans of New York did. They're going to take images and really spend some time brainstorming about what images would show their community. If they're little guys, they're going to use pictures without their faces, but then they're going to do a writing narrative based around what they chose. And finally, they're going to share it, and hopefully they will share it. And Tanya, can you see my Book Creator?
Yeah, totally.
So they'll share it inside of a book that looks like this. And I made a video for you of how to make a book like this that has your city on it. So like the Humans of San Diego would look at something like this, or I might have my students' pictures on it once we do it. We're starting next week, so I'm going to be sharing that in our Facebook group. But then they would come in here, and then they would write their stories on these blank pages, and then they would share this out into a bigger library that would look something like this, and it would have Humans of Bogota and Humans of Iraq, and we have a bunch of people who have already signed up for this, and Tanya was at the site, but I'm just going to go to it. Actually, Tanya, I'm going to share the screen and let you show it again. Sorry about that. You have it up so well.
So
And they're
we have participating schools. It's so exciting when we go, when you can kind of go like literally from all over the world. We have in Russia and Australia, New Zealand, a lot representing the US. And then, we go down to South America and Africa, in the Middle East. So it's super exciting all over Europe. So the exciting part about this is that your students can participate and learn about each other. I know Holly feels really passionate about this.
I do, because I feel like my students are pretty isolated right now. And I know not everyone is in full remote like we are here in San Diego, but my students, like I only see them on the screen and I've never met them in person and they've never met each other. And this is a perfect opportunity for kids to look inside of each other's books and get to see what kids are like in Iraq and what kids are like in San Diego. And I guess I have this beautiful dream that a kid will see another kid with the face, or not the face, but the covering on that is Islamic, and ask another kid using Flipgrid, which is going to be part of this whole project, like, well, why do you wear that? And the kid will explain to the other kid, oh, this is my hijab and it's really important to me, and that they can learn from each other instead of us telling them, oh, that's something that they do. Rather, learn and get to know each other this way, and kind of stop that isolation that a lot of kids are feeling right now. And it's just a way to understand people outside of your community. So when I saw this, I thought a lot of teachers are looking for things that they can do in remote learning. This is a HyperDoc. Everyone wants to know how to use a HyperDoc, so we're going to help you do that. We're going to use the tools Adobe Spark, Book Creator, and Flipgrid. You could pick and choose which ones you use. And then we've added some tutorial videos to help you get started using them. We have a Facebook group for you to ask questions. And we're doing this out of nothing other than, quite frankly, love for kids, love for the using technology effectively in the classroom. And we just want to invite other people to take part. And it's an authentic way for students to write, because they know other people are going to see this. And I know when my students know that other even students in the class are going to see it, they spend a little more time writing. I've seen that already in these first 4 weeks. So that's what we're doing. If you want to sign up, you just go to humansofproject.com and you do the sign up. I'll send you an email with some information, with the HyperDoc, with Facebook group invitation, things like that. And we're just want you to know that it exists and it's open for you. If you can't do it until next year, that's fine. We just we'll have the books always up, and you might not be able to start next week like me, and I hope I'm starting next week. You know how it goes.
Well, I'll just say this. My friend Julie, she's an 8th grade English teacher here near where I live, Julie Baker. She's doing it right now remotely with her students. And I have to tell you, Holly, you know what she told me? She said they're so engaged. They are having so much fun. They're doing beautiful work, and she's working on their writing. It's giving them purpose and intention. So this is super exciting for me to hear, because, I told her about it and she's running with it and she loves it. So it's definitely a great way to kick off the school year.
Okay. Well, we won't keep people longer, because we just wanted to tell you about it. And thanks for listening, and have a wonderful Thursday.
Yes,
bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.